last time, the episode mostly revolved around you guys following a duelist named Uthal, who challenged a famous warrior named Zeraphim to a duel. And didn't go very well for Uthal. And afterwards, you guys went to the um, tavern, the Bard's Tale, and went up to their room and talked about plans for the future as well as uh, reminisced about your past exploits and shared some of your backstory. So you guys know a little bit more about each other now, but it's not something that is really relevant at the moment. So we'll just let everyone know that you guys know more about each other. We'll call it at that. So next, it's time for you guys to decide what to do next. And right now, it is you spent a while talking with each other, so it's getting to early evening, I would say.
Okay, of day 35.
Yeah.
Okay, what I would suggest is I think we should.
It's actually
pick
day
up-
36, sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Day 36. Anyway, yeah, Harvey, what was that?
Okay, what I would suggest is that we take up the quest that's just been given to us, go outside the city and see what's going on outside. And since we have to spend the night anyway, I would suggest that we have those two sewer entrances that we found. Have Pookie Jones at one, and we'll take shifts on the other, and we won't not do anything. We'll just observe to see what goes in and out of the two entrances there. And then in the morning, we can take off for our quest.
Okay, let me make sure,
and if anybody else has other amendments or ideas, I'm not saying this is written in stone or anything.
Yeah, it sounds like a good deal.
Now, there's one issue, possibly.
I only need 4 hours to sleep, so I can do one of the... I'll do the late shift.
So you can travel about 25 miles in a day. The quest that you got from the Emerald Enclave to look at Torrelay Village, that would be about 3 days travel to get there. So it's not close by.
Oh, we thought it was closer by.
Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and...
I hadn't told you that, I don't think, but...
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they would have told you that at the place, so you know that.
Let's go ahead and stake out the sewers for tonight, and then we'll see what happens, and maybe
decide what we're gonna do in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we want to go in pairs? Or are we going to go to both entrances?
We put Pookie Jones at one, and then we'll do rotating shifts so we get a good, reasonable night's sleep. It's early evening now, so if Rokus and Rokus is not, Icy and I start early enough, we'll all have a decent night's sleep. If we start now, we can scout it out, and then in the morning talk about what we want to do after that.
Okay, so do we need to roll for initiative to see who's going first, doing the first shift, or we'll just make that decision?
We can decide on our own what order we do it in.
Yeah.
Okay, then what's the order?
I would suggest I go first because Icy can shift into something.
She can do her mastiff.
And just be
Yeah,
hanging
you
around
do.
with the two of you, and I can sleep while I'm a mastiff, can't I?
Um, yeah, you can. You don't want to. You want to make sure that you don't. I would say stay awake. I'm just thinking you can shift into something that they're not going to notice as out of place because we're just looking. We're not going to do anything.
Yeah, we're just following them.
So while it's daylight, I'll find a spot that I can observe, and then I can sit down and not move at all. I don't have any stealth anyway.
Okay, and can you and Pookie Jones communicate
Yes,
from the distance from between the two different places?
up to a mile, which means we can communicate anywhere inside the city.
How long does the pass without a trace last?
It's an hour from what I remember.
Oh.
Where am I
It's
going to
only-
be?
Huh?
Well, do you think I should be then, Harbeck?
I'm thinking I'll go first. You go second, and maybe change into something like a rat or something that they wouldn't notice.
A pack
It's your
rat.
turn. And then Richie's so sneaky he shouldn't have any problem when it's his
Need to
turn.
really
But
sleep
if I start
anyways.
first, I won't have to do a stealth roll.
Okay,
So I'll just while it's still light, I'll just find a good spot to sit down in, and I won't.
Or not necessarily light, but early evening.
Yeah, but light enough that I'll still be able to find a good spot to sit down and then not move after that.
okay.
I don't have to worry about doing a stealth check. I don't do that very well.
Okay.
Okay.
And then Icy second, she turns into something like a rat or something like that they're not going to notice even if they're. And then sneaky Rokas can go in at the end, so that way we shouldn't have to worry about them catching us.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
Can I be a rat in the back of one of your backpacks?
Yeah, something like that. All right, you just show up as a rat, and then I'll get up and leave. So if they see me getting up and leaving, that shouldn't. If they see my backside going away, that shouldn't alert anybody to anything. And then
Is Rokas going to be with you?
oh, we're doing it in shifts.
No, I'll come later in the evening.
Okay. Well, I'm going to be in Rokas's backpack because I don't want to have to travel at night by myself. So I'm just going to be in his backpack when he comes to relieve you.
Oh no. Okay, you'll be in. Okay, you're going to sleep in my backpack then, is what you're talking about.
Yes.
Okay, so you sleep in my backpack, and then when I get ready to leave, you just jump out, and then when Rokas comes, you can get into his backpack and sleep. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That way we're okay.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, smart. Good thinking.
Okay, so you guys happy with your plan?
Yeah.
I think so. Yes.
All right. So the sun has basically just set. It's like twilight, and so you're gonna head out of the place.
And I'm going to tell Pookie Jones to go over to the sewer entrance that's over by the Lion's Head. Is it Lion's Shield or something like that? Over that sewer. Oh, Beggar's Nest.
Yeah.
Okay, go over to the sewer a beggar's nest, Pookie, and just find a good place where no one can see you, and just tell us who goes in and what goes out, and then I'll go over to the one by the sleeping dragon, and it's in its.
Do you want Pookie to follow him if he can and see where they go?
I would say no, because there might be something else coming out.
Okay.
But what do you think?
Information tonight and then make a plan from there,
Okay.
unless we
You-
feel we need to follow.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question.
Right.
Is Pookie Jones wearing his saddlebags and armor?
Um.
Take that stuff off so he doesn't
Yeah.
look.
Take it off.
Right, are you gonna keep it in the room?
Yes.
Okay. So it's a normal dog now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big normal dog.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm looking at the map, and it looks to me, if I go on the to the part of the sleeping dragon that's the broken bridge, that should be a really good vantage point to see what's coming in and out of the sewer there.
Yeah. You think that would probably be a good place?
So I'll go there, and I will, find a really comfortable spot so I don't have to move at all. It's still early evening, so there's still enough people around. I'm assuming that nobody would be coming in or out of the sewer at that point. So I'll settle down my 4 hours of watching.
Okay. Cool. So let's see. Let's see. We're gonna roll to see if Pookie Jones has any issues on the way.
Okay.
I'm rolling for that. Uh-oh.
Okay.
Uh-oh. When he goes past the when he's going towards the gate with the guards are actually getting in his way and trying to stop him from leaving the Protector's Enclave. They're like, "What's this giant dog doing?" He said, "I don't know." They're not being mean to the dog. One of the guards goes over to check on it and kneels down to pet the dog. They're
Okay.
like, "Where's your owner?" And you get a telepathic message from Pookie Jones saying, "Harbeck, the guards stopped me." What should I do?
Um, you know how to swim, Pookie?
I don't think I don't think the Mastiff has a swim speed. Which would mean it's not meant to swim. Are you thinking for it to go in the river?
Yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't really. It's quite a like drop off into the river, and the river's. I don't think. I think if Harbeck looked at the river, he wouldn't think that would be a good idea, probably.
Okay.
From what you've seen of the river, it looks like it's a pretty steep drop off. Into the river. It's like kind of like a canal almost through the city, and uh, it there's not a lot of places to get back up out of the river.
Okay. Back off and go down. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at the map. All right, go back down and see if there's any way you can get across the gate as you're going south.
Okay, so you're gonna
And
go
especially,
through
can you
past
cut
that.
through?
You're looking
You
at
get to,
the wooden fence.
yeah.
Okay, so it's a pretty
If there's,
tall wall made of wood. Um, it's about 20 feet high. Okay, roll a perception for the mastiff, for Pookie.
perception for the Mastiff.
That is +1. I know +3.
Okay.
+3.
+3. Okay, wait a minute.
This is for looking around.
Right, right. Okay, wait a minute. Perception.
Yep, perception. Just roll it.
Okay, sorry.
D20
Okay,
+3.
18 plus 3.
Okay, so 21's
21.
a pretty good roll. All right, so he's walks around. The guards let him go back. They say, like, oh, I guess he's headed home. So he goes back and down the wall looking, and finds that it's pretty well maintained and a pretty thick, sturdy wall. There's actually no places to squeeze through.
Okay, what happens when he gets to the graveyard and he looks at the wall there?
It's stone there, about the same height. And it's in pretty good condition too.
Okay. And he circles around and looks at the northern part of the wall.
Okay.
He circles around enough that he won't have to worry about the guards, just to inspect the wall.
Okay. And yeah, he doesn't find any good places to get through there either. When he gets up at the very north part near the river, there's actually a guard over there too.
He comes back to us, and Rokus and Pookie go to that grate. And Rokus can then go to the big tap and brag about selling the gem, or have we done that already?
He's already done that.
Okay.
And
me and
no,
Pookie
he
go to
didn't do the bragging thing yet.
No. So him and Pookie can go across together. Me and Harbeck can go to the other grate. Harbeck can still communicate with Pookie. And
Right.
then Rokus
Yeah.
can
So once they get past the gate, I'll tell Pookie to go to the sewer, and Rokus can do his brag thing there. Yeah, that would work. Good. Well done.
Rokus can go back to where Pookie is, or he can come back to us, whatever you decide.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So.
Okay.
Well, so Pookie goes.
How about I just take Pookie in, and we'll do the brag thing when you guys are going to be there to back me up.
I'll
just
you can brag. You can brag.
There. I'll go down there and chum around, but I'm not going to do the braggy thing.
Okay. That'll work.
Okay.
Yeah, because you only need 4 hours,
Right.
so you can do that and still get plenty of sleep.
Yep.
Yeah, so you can go back to the gate with Pookie.
Well, I don't need to come back with Pookie.
I said you can go to the gate with Pookie.
Yes, yes. I'll go through the gate with Pookie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So Rokus, you find Fuki waiting for you in the road.
Yeah. Hi,
Um.
Pookie. Let's go.
Okay.
I'll tell Pookie to do anything that Rokus tells him to.
Okay. When you get to
And
the guards, they're like, "Oh, is that your dog?"
yeah, I said, yeah, and if he's without me and he's coming through, if you guys can let him go. He also is friends with someone on the inside in the Protector's Enclave, so he may want to go back and forth sometimes.
So they're like, so we don't really allow that because people can uh, traffic things with animals.
Oh, okay. Well,
So
then I'll I'll keep him with me then.
yeah, you'll have to bring him through yourself.
That's fine. That'll work.
Yeah, especially a big dog like that.
Okay. He's a good boy. He won't hurt anybody
Yeah,
unless they start
we
trouble.
we uh we saw him. We were wondering where his owner was.
Yeah.
Pookie, go over and lick his hand. Lick the guard's hand. Be a good dog.
Okay, Fuki licks his hand. So
He's a good
okay,
boy.
well we'll if we see him we'll take care of him, but we're not gonna let him through.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, I'm gonna go with Fuki, and we're going to go down. And actually, how about if I just go meditate, do my 4 hours near where he's going to be staking out the sewer.
Don't forget you're supposed to stake out the other end of the sewer.
I will. I'll come back later
Okay.
for that.
I'm just reminding you.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm a little confused. Where did you want to go now, Rokus?
Oh, just in the general vicinity of the Well, I can go into the big tap. Doesn't matter.
Well, choose one. It's your character.
Well, then I'll just go in sort of near um the sewer grate.
Okay.
Within like maybe 100 yards of it or so.
So yeah, it's near. It's up in the Beggar's Nest area there.
Yeah.
So you head up
Nobody
into.
pays.
Yeah. Well.
I don't think people pay much attention to other people in the beggar's nest. So I'll just hang
Mm,
around and find a place I can sit down and meditate.
okay. I mean, when you walk in, you see there's a lot of people that are um laying around on the ground, and there's people in groups chatting and stuff. And they do look
Yeah.
at you.
Okay.
But
Well.
they don't try to talk to you or say anything.
Yeah.
So what are you trying to do? Just find a place to sit,
Yep.
and where you want to keep an eye on the general area of the.
Of the sewer, sure.
Okay, how far from it are you?
Oh, about 100 yards. 150 feet.
Okay. All right. Is that the range of your bow? What's your
Yep.
bow's range? 150?
150 feet. Yeah.
Okay. That sounds fine then. So and Pookie Jones is with you?
Oh,
Pookie
Pookie
Jones.
Jones is going.
He's
Pookie
going
Jones is
further
going over and
down.
finding a place where he can look at the sewer, at the
Yeah.
entrance there,
So
see
more
what's coming in and
closer
out.
to it?
Yeah,
Okay, how far is he gonna get?
that depends on the terrain. He as far as he can go and still be undercover and see the entrance.
Okay, on the map there's a tree near the beggar's nest. I guess that's a bit too far actually. But there's another tree a bit nearer that's a smaller tree. So he stays over by a tree. It's right near the edge of where the drop off into the river is. And are you trying to let him be in stealth, or just
Yes.
sitting around?
And stealth.
Okay, roll a d20 and add +2.
D20 plus 2.
Yeah.
Okay. 1 plus 2, 3.
All right. So Pookie Jones steps on a rock and goes "Arr!" And a couple beggars look at him. But he goes over behind a tree and sits down.
Lies down.
Yeah,
Lies down. Pretend
lies
you're
down.
asleep.
Okay. Lies down, puts his head between his forepaws. And roll a perception check for the dog. Also, I think we did one, right? That
Yeah,
was earlier.
perception
Let's do another one.
Perception is plus 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll let you. He's gonna be smelling also, so I'll give you advantage. You're looking for people.
Okay. All right, the best I have then is 13 plus 3, 16.
Okay. And Rokus, are you trying to be stealthy at all?
Sure.
Okay. So you're trying to. People have seen you go into the area, but as you find where you want to hide, you're gonna try to do it without anyone seeing you do that.
Okay.
So go ahead, roll your stealth.
Okay. I got a 9 plus 7, 16.
Okay, and perception for your stakeout.
8. 15.
15. Okay, so this is during the early evening. Harbeck, you're in your position at the other place, right? Okay, let's
And
have you. You're trying. You didn't want to do stealth, so you're just gonna take a 10, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see how that works. Okay, so basically, there's a thing called taking 10. So it's basically like instead of rolling, you just say, okay, I'll have a 10 at this ability because that's average.
Okay.
But I don't know if it's kind of a weird thing. I don't fully get it yet, but I think for this situation, um, it's basically like you're sitting over there. You're not like trying to be stealthy, so we're not having you roll. But
Right.
if someone looks for you, they have to be over a 10, which is generally considered easy.
Okay, well,
But I
are
don't
they?
know. I feel like that's a kind of a weird way to do it.
Oh, what I'm thinking of is that even if they see me, that they'll just think that I'm I mean, how are they going to know it's me? They're just going to think it's somebody that's sleeping off a drunk or something like that on the bridge.
Yeah.
And you'd expect to see something like that.
Okay.
Can I get some clarification?
Yeah.
Where is this sewer grate in the Protector's enclave? Where exactly? What is it close to?
It's just to the left of the Sleeping Dragon.
It's actually to the right of the sleeping dragon.
To the right of the Sleeping Dragon. Okay, sorry.
It's actually there's a tiny mark drawn on the map. You can see a little tiny square with a little line going down to the river. That's actually what it is.
Okay, I see it.
Yeah. The other one's not drawn on the map.
It's right by where you have the X and the 4, isn't it? The other one?
It's right at the Sleeping Giant Bridge.
You're talking about
Yeah.
the beggar's nest one?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a square with an X in it. It'll be like right north of that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, and the one near the sleeping dragon is like right above the eye in sleeping. Okay, so I'm gonna rescind what I said about taking 10 because I think that's weird. We're just gonna say, if you're not doing stealth, then people see you, basically,
Yeah.
So you are kind of hidden behind a part of the wall, but your head's sticking out so you can look. So anybody who comes at that angle will see your head sticking out.
I wanna look like I'm sleeping. So if they,
Okay, so I'll say let's have that as a performance check.
okay, good. That's what I was hoping for. 9 plus 3, 12.
Okay, so 12, you're pretending to sleep. And what's your roll your perception for Harvard?
Perception. Shit. 8.
8 perception?
Okay.
Okay. And cool. So, is Icy with you but sleeping right now?
Yes.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Okay, cool.
You don't have any plus for your perception, Harbeck?
He's
Got
got
a
a minus.
-1. I rolled a
Oh,
9.
oh shit. Okay.
Alright, so I'm gonna see if someone shows up or not by rolling. Okay. Rokus and um
BJ.
yeah, PJ. Rokus and PJ, they go through their watch. How much time are you planning to spend for your watch?
4 hours each.
Okay, so 4 hours go by and you don't see anyone going down into the place, and Harvick doesn't see anybody coming out or going in. Okay, so next 4 hours, who's changing up there?
Okay, I get up and let the rat out, and I go to the Driftwood Tavern, get a meal, and go to bed.
Okay,
Put it on my tab.
okay, that's fine. And Icy, let's have you do. So you're not really trying to stealth either. You're just a rat. Are you trying to stay unnoticed as a rat too? Icy. Oh, Patricia, do you hear us?
It's dark and I'm small. I'd probably go unnoticed.
Yeah. I mean, it's basically. So if you don't do a stealth check, then people will see the rat, basically. But it's up to you if you don't care about that.
They try to kill me.
Oh, you're kind of breaking up maybe because we didn't hear you earlier. Make
Okay.
sure you're close to the mic.
Okay.
Okay, so what were you thinking there?
Would they try to kill a rat just because it is a rat?
You know that yeah, people aren't fond of rats, so you do think there's a little bit of danger.
Maybe I'll do a stealth check then.
Okay, go ahead and roll your stealth in.
Okay. I rolled a 13 plus 2 is 15.
Okay, cool. And then let's have you roll your perception for looking out. Did you have your rat stats up?
No.
Okay, I'll pull it up. It's here. Let's see. They have dark vision and okay. You also get perception on advantage on perception for smell and stuff. So go ahead and roll twice and add.
Okay.
It doesn't have a plus though.
I rolled a 12 and a 7, so I guess I'll take the 12.
12. Okay. Okay. Cool. Let's see if you see anything. So who's on the other side? PJ is still watching,
Yep.
and Rokus is watching.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'll just meditate and hang out.
Okay.
I wished Harbeck had just stayed sleeping. That way he could communicate with Pookie. But oh well, he's gone. Yet he was hungry.
He can
so,
still communicate with
Pook-
Pookie
Pook-
while
Pookie
he's
can wake me up if he needs to.
Okay.
He'll telepathically shout.
Okay.
Okay, rolling to see if anything happens. Nope. Another 4 hours go by. Nothing happens.
Okay. So what time is it now?
8 hours after, I guess, right?
Yeah.
So
So what time did
it's-
we go do the stakeout?
We didn't say exactly, but the night is almost over, we'll say.
Okay. So
Okay.
it's like 6 in the morning or something.
Something like that.
Okay.
So now, I guess I'll get up and go over to where the pack rat is.
You
back.
take-
So you're gonna take Pookie with you, or?
Oh.
No, I'll just leave him there.
Yeah.
Harbeck can go get him in the morning.
Okay. So you go back into the Protector's Enclave.
Yeah.
Okay, and you go over to find a rat. I guess Icy sees you coming.
I get my little rat, put her in my backpack.
Okay. All right, and then where does Rokus head?
I'll stay in that general area where I can see the entrance, and I've got my. Do I retain the stealth I had before?
Sure. Yeah, you want to stake out that place now?
Yeah, for the last bit.
Okay.
Because if
All right, that's fine. You don't have to explain it.
Okay.
All right, let's do one. So last 4 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Still nothing.
Okay.
No activity tonight.
Okay, so we got our long rest.
That's right. So it's day 37 now.
Okay. Long rest taken.
Okay, so it's in the morning now.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll have breakfast and hopefully Harold shows up.
You want to go get Pookie? Or I can
Yeah.
go get him. You want me to
Um,
go get Pookie while you deal with Harold?
okay, that'll work. And me, yeah, that'll work.
Okay.
Okay. Usually we play that a bit loose with your planning because you're like communicating with each other now. But I'm gonna allow it since it's not a big deal.
Okay.
Okay, so it's day 37 in the morning. Harvick wakes up and gets ready, eats, and Harold does show up. He says,
Okay.
"Hello, my lord. How are
Okay,
you
now
this morning?"
Okay, now you were saying that see now Demetrius thought that the chains had been stolen
No, not exactly. The
or missing.
Demetrius worker, he said that there was one of the chains was not marked as being sold and it was not there.
Okay.
So it's missing, yes. But
Okay,
there's
so
no
it's
sign,
missing.
there had been no sign of any theft, and he said he would check through their inventory. So he should have done
Okay.
that by now.
Okay. So okay, let's go down. and see if there's been anything else missing from the inventory. And on our way, I want to stop by the guardhouse to see if they have discovered any of the owners of the rings and stuff that we left with them.
The badges and things.
Yeah, we left the badges, some rings, their equipment. One of the swords is not a guard sword. We left all that with them, and they said they were going to try to find the owners.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So Harold and Harbeck head to the Neverwinter guard station, and you go to check in on those items, and they actually say that they have managed to track down the families of the adventurers and other people, and those items were returned to them.
Okay, can you give me a list of the people so that we can interrogate them?
All right.
Well, what do you need to?
What are they gonna know?
Huh? If they're the adventurers, they can ask them what did they say before they went down into the sewer and such. And what do you think we should do?
Well, you guys aren't
we've
together, so you guys gotta stop talking to each
Okay.
other.
Okay.
You're not there. They say, they find that to be irregular. They said, well, maybe we can give you that, but they're confused about why you'd want to interrogate them, so they ask you.
Okay, and I'll sit there and say that I want to find out why they went down, and
Well, we hired them to go down to kill the monster, and they were killed.
right. I still think there's a possibility, especially who had the sword.
One of the warriors.
Okay, and the warrior's family is in the area.
Yes.
Okay, so let me have their address. I might want to talk to them.
Let me think about it.
You could be sworn to confidentiality.
Yeah.
I can't imagine them not giving it to Harold though. That's why I want to have him around. He's an official.
Well, I mean, you're higher ranked than he is.
Well, I've been hired to look at the
No, but
murders.
you're a paladin of tier, so you're basically official law enforcement.
Okay, well, then
But
I'm
you're
asking.
just in a different, you're not part of the Neverwinter Guard. So
Yes, right.
um
It's like a federal marshal asking the local police to give him a hand.
yeah, so they're thinking like the workers there are not sure if that's okay, so they're asking their superiors, and they the um they decide that they can give you that information. So they tell you that the um, wife of the adventurer who was killed is staying over in the Freeland district, and that they had found her and delivered the stuff to her.
Okay.
And so they tell you where her tent is.
Okay. And all the other things there belong to guards that you people knew, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. And so then we'll continue on down to the Demetrius's.
It's actually Dumitru.
Yeah, the rec. Okay.
Okay, so you head down to Dumitru's general store. Let me pull
Okay, so
that up. hold on. All right. So you are met by the clerk Kevin, who I believe you have talked to once before.
Let me
Yeah, I
check
think
now.
he's the one you asked about the map's price and stuff.
Okay, Kevin, let me see if I've got him on my list. Okay,
Okay, he says, "Welcome back, my lord. Would you like to buy the map you were looking at last time?
the what?
The map of Neverwinter? You asked the price
Oh,
last time.
okay. No, thank you. No, thank you.
Oh,
But I do want to know.
you're the one who was looking into the chains, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I told my boss Raymond that uh the um chain was missing, and Mr. Dimitru, he was disturbed. He was wondering where it could have gone, so we decided to do a full inventory check, and we didn't find anything else missing.
Okay. Can I talk to Mr. Demetrius? Dimitru, or however you pronounce it.
Mr. Dimitru, he is not here right now. He's at his home. I can tell you where it is.
If you would do that, please.
Okay. So he marks it on the map. It's quite nearby. He says,
Okay.
yeah, there's no, it didn't seem like there was a break in or anything. So maybe someone took it while I was in the back, or when I was somewhere else in the
Okay.
shop.
This is something that would just be on the shelf.
He takes you over, and there's a couple hooks with different metal tools and things hanging on hooks, and there's a hook with a few different chains on it. And
Somebody could have walked in, grabbed it, and walked out again without it making a noise, or
he
you.
says, yeah, it's possible, although I think that's a bit like I must have really been not paying attention.
That's sort of what I'm thinking. Okay, let me go over to Mr. Demetrius's house.
Dimitru.
Dimitru.
Yeah. Okay, so that's all you want to do there.
Right now, yes.
Okay, so you leave the Dimitri's general store, and you walk. Let me see the map here. You walk up the road, and his home is kind of under where it says Dimitri's general store. There's a building in there, one of the homes in that block, and it's a old. You can tell it's an old building that's been there for a long time. Um, the front steps are kind of, it's not in the best condition. It's got kind of vines and stuff growing up around the banisters of the stairs, and they kind of dried up, and they look kind of like they're probably dead. And so I guess you'll knock on the door. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay, you knock on the door, and there's no answer.
Okay. I'll go back to the Bard's Tale and see what the other two are up to.
Okay, so you head back. Ruckus, what were you doing in the morning?
Went down and found Pookie Jones,
Okay.
and maybe wander by Droop and Coops, see if anybody has left any messages.
Okay. When you arrive at Droop and Coops, you see there's a group of guys there that are kind of shouting at Cooper.
Okay. Well, I will come get involved with that. Come on, Pookie. Let's see what's going on.
All right. So, it's like four men, and they're just kind of standing around Cooper, and one of them is just like saying like, I think you need to move. You know, you shouldn't be here tomorrow, old man. You guys smell. And another one's like, yeah, you stink worse than that cheese down there. And they all laugh.
And Cookie should be telling me everything here so I can hear what's going on.
Yeah, so PJ says telepathically, it's like, Harvick, I'm with Rokus, and he found one of his friends getting bullied.
Okay, I'm gonna run to the sleeping dragon and pick up the rat, and then head off toward the gate.
Okay, so actually, when you get this message, it's actually while you're in the I think it would have been a bit earlier, so it's gonna take you a little while to get there.
That's fine. I'm gonna come up. So what's
This
the
is
trouble here?
backpack.
What's the trouble here, guys?
What's it to you?
Coop and Droop are a friend of mine. If you got problem with
You
Coop,
friends with a stinky old man and a stinky goblin?
Yep. And if you got a problem with them, you got a problem with me.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah.
What are you gonna do about it?
I don't think you want to find out.
Huh. You must be another one of his stinky friends. And
Yep.
the other goes,
Yep. And you guys need to go find someone else to pick on. Not only that, if I hear anything happens to this guy, who are you all?
who are you?
I am Ranger Rokus. and
You're not a ranger. You probably don't even know how to use that bow.
Okay, so I put the bow away and I show him my rapier handle.
Right, you like pull it towards the front of your belt or something.
Yeah.
So they look a little bit surprised. How about you roll an intimidation check?
Okay. 17. -1, so it's 16.
All right. They seem to get a lot more quiet, and the three of them kind of start looking at the other guy who was talking the most, and he's like, "Well, anyway, you should tell your friend to be more careful about where he sets up his tent. He's in people's way and stuff."
He's been here for a while. He's the best Cooper in this whole place. Everybody wants him where we
he's
know.
He's not actually a Cooper.
A best cobbler.
Yeah.
He's the best shoe man.
Waiter.
He's the best shoe man around. And people need to know where to find him because he has one of the few legitimate businesses around here. Who the hell are you guys?
Well, anyway, I guess we'll let you we'll call it even. We'll let you go on your way.
I, I call it even. I think you guys need to clear out of here before I take you all
One of them's like, "Hey, let's run." Okay, and then the three of the guys scatter, and the last one's there looking around like, I'm sorry. Okay, bye.
up. God, sorry about that, Coop.
And Cooper said, "Oh, yeah, I don't know what's their problem, but thanks for scaring them off. Maybe
They
they
come
just
back
don't
and
like. It's probably because of Droop."
uh, well, if they come back and give you any trouble, let me know. Do you know who they are?
Uh, I think I've seen them around. They probably have stores or something.
Okay, so they're just common folk. They're not members of any gangs or anything like that.
So looking from what you saw of them, they weren't armed, and they they didn't look particularly like tough guys. Really, they just look pretty regular. Yeah. So
Yeah,
Rokus didn't think much of them.
no. uh, Should have
Uh,
grabbed one of them by the scruff.
well, Cooper says, "Well, it's probably best that you didn't do anything. That I think that was sufficient. Now they know I have a friend who's willing to fight.
Yeah,
So thanks for that, Rokus."
my pleasure. So you have got any messages from anybody?
Mm, the kids said they've been keeping a lookout. They said they've been watching all around the scar. So if you want to ask them what they've seen, they might. But they said they didn't see anything that they thought was standing out.
Nothing.
But
Nothing
but they said they've been
real.
looking all around. So if you're looking for something, you might
Yeah.
be able to ask them.
Okay.
But yeah, they didn't find anything they thought you'd be interested in.
Are they are they anywhere near the tent where they were before?
Cooper doesn't know that much about the kids. Bill was
Okay.
the one who knew that stuff.
Okay. I'll go over to the cheese guy
Okay.
then. Oh, and okay, yeah. I'll go to the cheese dude. Bill's cheese, is it?
Yeah. So you
Yeah.
you, you find his place. It's in the same place it was last time.
Okay.
Um,
And I will say good morning to Mr. Bill.
says hello.
Said, how's
You
things
want a free
going?
sample?
Sure, why not?
All right. He gives you some cheese, a little bit.
How are the kids doing?
Oh yeah, it came by. Um, they said they've been keeping a watch on everything.
Okay. How about I give Bill a silver to dole out to keep watching over the kids.
All right, cool. You can do that.
And
A silver piece is enough to buy a hunk of yellow cheese.
well, it's just that what just to that was just a okay. Well
Yeah,
then,
I'm just telling you how much that's worth for him.
yeah, okay. But
So you're
it's
just
for him
telling
to
him to
dole.
help with the kids?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just copper here and there, whatever it takes to keep them going.
Okay. So he says, "All right,
Um,
I'll
and
keep giving him
have you
some
seen them?
cheese."
Do you know where they are? Where their tent is these days?
He says, yeah, they should be in the same place still.
Okay, then I'll go over and oh, and are you okay? Anybody been bothering you? I was over at Cooper, Coop and Droop, and there were some locals that were giving them a hard time. Are you okay here?
Yeah, I've had some arguments and stuff, but nothing serious.
Okay. Well, let me know if you have any trouble, and I'll make sure any troublemakers know you have friends that are willing to stick up for you.
But you know what they say about old Bill? His
What's
tongue's
that?
as sharp as his cheese.
Well, that's good. Okay, so I'm gonna go see if I can find the kids.
All right, all right. So you go and find the kids. It's pretty easy, and they're excited to see you. Ruckus, you're back.
Yeah.
We've been watching everything.
You see anything interesting?
Mm, nothing really interesting, but we've been looking all around everything.
Okay. Do you see any more of those signs?
Oh no.
Okay. Well, if be careful, don't get yourselves in trouble trying to be detectives. But if you happen to see something, particularly members of the any gangs or the that cat looking person, the cat two or whatever they are.
Tabaxi? Kenku is
Yeah.
the bird.
Okay. If you see any of the bird or the cat people, um, if you just happen to notice where they're going, where they come and go, that would be good information.
Okay, so the girl, Tika, she says, I did see I saw the bird guy, the Kenku, but
Okay.
he was by the big tap.
Okay.
It was in the early evening
When was that?
yesterday.
Okay. Early evening.
Yeah, but he wasn't doing anything, just walking around.
Okay. I'll give them each a copper
Okay, cool.
and head back.
Okay, I guess we're all meeting up at the tavern then.
The Bard's Tale?
Yeah,
Sure.
I guess
Well, I was on my way to
yeah,
him, so we might meet him.
I think you'll meet each other because Harvick heard while he was busy with his activities, he heard the warning from um
Thank you, Jones.
Pookie Jones, but Pookie Jones also let you know that Roka scared them off. So
Pookie should have done an intimidation check too.
yeah, it could have had him help, but it was sent to Hart to scare them off by yourself. So
So
yeah, as you hear that, I guess you'll would you head back to the tavern then?
I'd probably just keep on going and meet him.
Okay, cool, that's fine. So you go to the um you go to where the guards are, and you eventually have find Rokus come to meet you there.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are all standing at um the gate between the Protector's Enclave and the Freeland District. Anything you want to do
Okay.
there?
Oh, we need to have a confab about what to do next. Um, well, the House of Knowledge is right by there.
That's true.
Um,
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah. Harold already did check on that for you. I forgot to have him relay that to you.
okay, what'd he say?
Let me roll and see if you found anything. Nope, he didn't find anything new.
Okay. Um, does the House of Knowledge just have places for people to sit around and do research and such?
Yes, it does.
All right, I'm going to suggest we just go in there because that's a good place to sit down and talk about what we need to do next.
Okay. But it is a quite quiet place, so just keep that in mind.
Well,
A lot of times, when you're doing research, a lot of places will have little enclaves.
Yep.
So if you're doing research with somebody, you can talk without disturbing other people.
Yep. They have So you want to head in there
Called
and take
stack.
a look?
Yeah, in libraries they're called stacks.
Okay. You want to go look?
Yeah.
All right. Everybody cool with that? Gonna go in?
Sure.
I'm just
sure.
suggesting if people have other ideas.
Okay. So when you get in, the library. There's a librarian at the front desk as you have to pass by them to go in, and they look at Pookie Jones and they say, "I suppose this is your work animal."
Yes.
That will be
That's his.
fine. Just make sure he does not soil the environment.
I can leave him at the door if you would prefer. I can tell him to stay there at the front of the door if you would prefer.
So Harvick knows that um this dog is actually not doesn't even eat or drink, right? So it's not
Yeah.
even a real animal. So you can just tell him that if you want.
If it makes him uncomfortable, I can leave the dog out front.
Okay. They said that would make things easier.
Okay, and then
So they said, is there anything we can do to help you?
yes, if you could show us to one of the empty stacks where we can talk quietly with uh, in private.
Yes. Would you please sign in our books here?
Okay.
Um,
As I'm looking, do I see any names that pop out?
on the page that's up, no, you don't see anything right there.
Okay.
But you do see that. So I don't know if I said this last time you came, but you are supposed to sign in, and they actually check your papers, your passport and stuff.
Right.
So whoever comes in and out is signed in here. It's public
Okay.
information, they say.
Right. That's why I was at, but I don't see there are no names there that really pop out.
No.
Okay.
If you want to like go through it, you could look some more.
Yeah, I'll do that then.
Okay. Um, let me check one thing. Are you gonna ask the librarian anything while you're thumbing through the book?
Um, can't think of anything offhand. If any of my companions can ask them, can they think of anything?
Have you been in researching the history of Tyr?
What was that?
Had anybody here researching the history of Tyr?
Um, there's say I believe Harvick here was researching
Anybody
something.
besides
Yeah.
Harvick?
Not that I recall. You look through the pages and there's many names. Let's have you roll an investigation check to see if anything jumps out at you.
All of
16
us?
plus 1, 17.
Okay. You noticed that about 3 months ago, a little more than 3 months ago, someone was in there who was affiliated with the Aglarond Trading Company.
Ah,
The name, when you see that Aglarond Trading Company, it pops out to you.
okay.
Do you know this person was looking? This person from the ATC was looking into?
That's quite a while ago. Let me see if I can remember. Yeah, actually, now that you mention it, I do remember. Um, it was related to some of our priests. They went out to a elven village called Torale.
So they were getting information on Torlay here?
Yes, so it recently, about 4 months ago, came to our attention that there was a temple there that uh is quite old. So we wanted to get more information about it. We sent some priests to record information on the temple, and they discovered quite a lot of interesting things. Um, uh, we have recorded them in some books if you'd like to read about it.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, would you like to see that now?
Yes.
Okay, I'll guide you there. So they bring you to this area with newer books, so things that the priests of Agma have researched themselves, and they.
Who are the priests of Ogma?
So the House of Knowledge is actually the temple of Agma, just the god of knowledge.
Okay.
So these priests, they believe everyone should be educated, um, and that all knowledge should be open and free to everyone. So they try to gain as much information as possible from all sources and provide it for anyone who wants to read it. And so it's all public. So, yeah, they bring you to this book. It says, The Village of and Temple of Torale. And in there they have recorded that there is a elven village that's sprouted up around this temple. The most recent building, let me check here.
Are these wood elves, I take it?
Yeah, they are wood elves, all of the residents of this village. It says that in this village there is a large tree which the druids of the village worship, and there's a temple that they built to Myliki, and this is the forest queen, which is one of the gods. And this temple was built on the ruins of an older temple that was to her father Sylvanus.
What's the forest queen's name?
I'll
Can you
post
print
these
this?
to
Can
you.
you send us this? Can you send us that stuff?
Yeah, I'll send you this information. Let me make sure.
Yeah, I'm getting behind too on my writing here. So
Yeah,
if
that's
you could
fine.
just send it to us, it'd be easier.
That is fine. So they went there to investigate. They had heard that there was a temple to Sylvanus there, which was quite old. So the priests of Agma were interested in that. So they went there to explore, and they actually were able to find an even older temple under that one. Part of this stuff was covered up by volcanic eruptions. But the oldest temple seemed to be built by the Eladrin elves for the goddess, well, actually, not a goddess, what's it called?
Priestess?
An archfey, named Titania, the fairy queen of the Feywild.
Huh.
Know a bit about Fays.
Uh-huh. So I'll paste that into Discord. Okay, but they say that when they found the door to the Eladrin temple, that it was sealed, and that the wood elf druids who are living in Torley asked them to not disturb it, and they agreed to their request.
Is it sealed by magic or physically, or both?
It has a magical force there, but they were not sure if it was sealed magically, but it is physically sealed.
And who wants it sealed?
Elves.
The wood elves just asked they not disturb it because it's just out of respect. It's the Eladrin elves are quite ancient and mysterious, and the wood elves seemed a bit like fearful to mess with it.
Okay.
So Icy mentioned that she knows some things about the Feywild as a druid, and Rokus might know some from the fact that he's a wood elf. So you guys can roll a history check if you want to share some information, see what you can think of.
I rolled at 8, so I don't know that much.
Okay. How about Icy?
So what do I add to it?
History.
Plus 3 is 15.
Okay. So you just know that the Feywild is where elves supposedly came from. And that it's a very different realm from the material plane where you guys exist. The rules of physics and things do not apply in the Feywild. And for
Notice them applying here very well.
that's just even less so in the Feywild. For example, it is always twilight in the Feywild. The sun never rises nor sets.
And are they good or evil?
There are many good and evil forces in the Feywild, but the most terrifying aspect is not good or evil, but neutrality of nature.
Oh, yeah. Survival of the fittest.
Yes,
That's true here too.
yes, but in a world where um well, yeah, Icy got a 15. I'm not gonna go too far into it, but
Okay.
yeah, she knows that it's a if mortals find themselves in the Feywild, it can be quite dangerous because things don't think things do not work the same. It's kind of a scary place, but also beautiful. Rokus rolled an 8. He can't think of much, but the only thing he thinks of is that his parents told him that elves used to not have physical bodies before they became tied to the material plane.
Okay.
They were more like spirits.
So what would these farewell? Does there a race that exists there?
So you know that the elves that lived in the Feywild with physical forms were called the Eladrin, but they also came to the material plane. And apparently, they built this temple that's deep under these other two temples.
Okay.
And also, you've heard of Eladrin recently because Zeraphim claims to be an Eladrin.
Who does?
Zeraphim, the one who won the duel.
Okay.
He says he's the last Eladrin.
I'm gonna ask Harold. Does he know where Turpin is hanging out right now?
Harold says he does not know, but he expects that if Zeraphim is as wealthy as he would expect, he's probably at the Moonstone Mask.
Okay, so I would say we either check him out or check out the trading company.
You also
Anyone
know he
else has
works for
other
the trading.
ideas?
You also know he works for the trading company.
He works for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he arrived with their caravan.
I mean, he was with them though, but that could be grim. Well, I would still say check one of the two out.
Sure.
Which one?
Go to the Moonstone Mask and just like we're going there for lunch, and then sort of observe what we observe.
So
Good to me.
you guys know that the Moonstone Mask is like aristocratic level.
Yeah, we'd have to get dressed up first.
Okay,
We
so
can
we should put
put on
our
our the clothes we have for the going over armor should get us in there just for lunch.
Yeah, you had them designed as fine clothes.
Yeah. If we put on those with our armor underneath, we should be able to get in there.
Okay. Sounds good.
And I can put the armor back on Pookie Jones too. We'll go gear up and then meet there for lunch.
Plan. You
I'm
good
gonna
with that, Rokus?
Yep. I'm gonna take a really quick break here. Hold on a sec.
Okay.
First break.
So
Yeah.
you're planning to go to Moonstone Mask next?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let me pull that up then. It's funny you guys came to the library for discussing things, and then
Take off and
you've
another
you've
direction.
totally decided to do another thing.
We were going to discuss. I didn't know what to do, so all of a sudden there's something to do, and I didn't hear Rokus or Icy coming up with something better.
Alright. You can talk there. Let me.
We have three. Well, we have the one where we have to help Neverember. Then we
We're
have
just supposed to
the
pick up information
Okay, I'm
from
back.
him.
Sorry
What
about that.
and then the other quest was in Torali. Is there a third quest that we've also got on the go?
Not that I cut
The
down.
murders. The murders.
Well,
Those are,
yeah.
so those
What
are
I'm thinking of is that we talk now. If I say this is while we're doing our stuff, we're walking along.
Okay, yeah,
Sure.
I mean, Harvick can talk with Icy, yeah.
Okay, because what I'm thinking is that the murders are about to take place. So hopefully we can work on that with Rokus, bragging and trying to be the quote victim unquote. If there's a murder that occurs, it'll be about a week before the next one occurs anyway. That would give us enough time to go to the place and check that out, and then come back for another bout of trying to find the murderer. Is what I'm thinking.
Yep. That sounds good.
What does Icy think?
sure. Do we want to do that possibly this evening?
Yeah, I see no reason not to. I think it's getting close enough that they might.
But it's still afternoon now, so we're going to go over.
Well, we're meeting for lunch. I would say late morning right now, because
Okay.
we're going to do all that and then meet for lunch.
Okay.
And what are you expecting to be able to do at the at lunch?
To see if we can meet the giant elf.
Yeah, we could go
First
over and
name.
congratulate him. Like we could just say we
Yeah.
saw that. That can be how we go about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to head over to the Moonstone
Yeah.
Mask for lunch.
Right, and then after we get from anything from him, I would suggest we go to the trading post or the trading company and talk to those guys. I think they may be our next adversary.
Okay.
It sounds like what they're doing to the little village thing there.
Okay, so we're going to meet at the Moonstone Mask at 12:30 for lunch.
Sounds good.
We'll all get into our over armor costumes and meet there.
Yep.
Okay, so you're all headed to the Moonstone Mask. Are you going to take a carriage or walk?
I'm taking a carriage.
You can all get in it together if you want.
Okay, we'll all get in together.
Okay.
And how about Pookie Jones?
He's with us, and he's got his armor on now.
Alright. Okay, so you arrive at the Moonstone Mask. It's very extravagantly decorated outside with fountains and statues and basically a garden area as you enter. And you are greeted by about 10 different people who are dressed like maids and butlers, basically. And they are lined up on either side of the entrance. And someone comes forward and bows to you and says, "Greetings, my name is Lisette Chelder." You see she is a female half-elf. She says, "How may I help you?"
Table for 3, please.
I see. You would like to eat in our main dining room?
What are our other choices?
You could rent a private room.
Um,
We
is the
also
giant
have
elf?
entertainers and courtesans.
I don't trust Rokus with a courtesan. How about? Do you know where the giant elf is?
Zeraphim.
We do not discuss our
I mean,
clientele.
is he in one of the rooms?
I I cannot discuss this kind of thing.
Wanted to go by and congratulate him on his duel from yesterday.
We are not at liberty to discuss our customers.
Okay, we'll go to the main room then.
Yes. Now, are you aware of the expenses?
Sure, I'm an aristocrat. I know all about these things.
Oh yes, my lord. I see you're
Uh,
wearing a ring.
yeah.
Well,
Which ring? Because I'm looking
he's
at my
talking at
equipment list.
your signet ring.
Yeah,
Oh,
remember you used it to seal letters in the
yeah. Okay.
She says, "Ah, so you are of the noble house, I see.
Yes.
Well, we would be happy to bring you in. What are your names?"
Arbeck,
Lord
Paladin.
Harbeck.
see
Arbeck,
you.
Paladin of Tyr.
Okay. Well, as you know, as I have explained, your uh, presence within the Moonstone Mask and any um, activities are uh, will be treated with the most discreet uh, protection, and we will keep all your activities a secret. So come with us to the main room. Okay, and you come in and you see a large dining room with many large and extravagantly decorated tables. And you are seated. Each table has a kind of private uh, kind of screen around it, but it's not in its own room. They say, would you like the screens up or to be removed?
Uh, Moved.
Yes. And the screens are removed, and they bring out a selection of wines. Said, what will you be drinking this evening? They
Have
have red wine, white wine, lots of different types.
any porters?
Porters. Hmm. We could have a servant run to fetch you some beer.
I don't want beer. I want a port. I want a fine porter. If you don't have a fine porter,
Actually, I don't know what a porter is.
It's a ale, dark ale.
Oh,
it's a
that
dark
doesn't
ale.
count as a beer.
They're not terribly common. I would like a dark porter, no nitro, no berries or anything else in it.
Fine, thank you.
Is there anything like it that would be equivalent of a craft brew close by?
Okay, so they um basically I'm not that familiar with fancy beers and stuff, but they definitely do not have anything that's not fancy. So if porter is very fancy, then they might have it.
If they
Okay.
had any ale, it would be something like that, probably.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
you're saying.
Yeah. Okay.
Bring your finest ale
Okay.
for me.
So they bring you. They do have
And
some.
I might add, Icy here is a master brewer, so I'm going to ask her opinion. So be
Okay.
sure it's good.
All right. So they bring you out a I guess a porter then would be the appropriate kind.
Oh, a pitcher.
Okay. So yeah, they bring you a picture of this fine porter. Um, but yeah, they don't sell the kind of ale that you got in other places.
Good.
All right, and so Icy takes a drink, and it is an amazing beverage. She's very impressed.
Good.
I'm very impressed, Harbeck. It's excellent.
Okay, excellent. About
So
time
I
we had
think that
something halfway
I think
decent to
this is
drink
what I'll
around
have
here.
too. You bring
So
it.
they ask you if you would like an entertainer at the table.
No, thank you. But if you see the, can't think of his name now, but the giant
Zeraphim.
elf person, yeah, tell him we would be honored if he would join us.
They ignore you.
Not used to being ignored. What is this?
They say, "Did you mention someone, sir?"
Zeraphim.
I am not familiar with that name.
Giant elf who won the duel yesterday.
Mm, we don't know.
If
We
you
heard
see
he was.
him, if you see him,
We
tell him we
don't
would be
see
honored at his presence.
customers.
We're giving him information, not giving us information.
If he's staying here, you might be able to leave a message with him at the desk.
I'll do that at the desk when we leave.
Okay, so they you wanted a meal also.
Yes.
So a meal is brought to you. It is equally extravagant. Yet there's like it's like a 10-course meal of every kind of different dish you could imagine. All of it tastes probably the best stuff you've ever eaten in your life.
You're talking to a
Harvick.
noble. I've had
No,
stuff.
no, no, no. Harvick thinks like the stuff he eats back in his home is like awful compared to this.
Enjoying this. This is a delicious treat.
I see. You have you can detect magic, can't you?
Me to detect magic?
Yeah,
Is that a spell? I can't remember.
Yeah, you can do it
it
as
is.
a ritual for 10 minutes.
Okay. Well, we're eating for the 10 minutes. That will be my ritual.
Okay, so Icy starts casting this spell to detect magic. And you don't get any magic from the food. Anything you wanted to look at in particular?
Is there any magic within the room? A person, an object?
Let me check the spell actually.
Duration, your sense, the perception of magic within 30 feet of
Yeah,
you.
30 feet sphere. So
Yeah.
within 30 feet sphere, no, you don't get any magic.
Okay, I'm gonna just I'm gonna get up and walk as though I'm going to the ladies to use the
Ladies'
facilities.
outhouse.
Yeah.
They do not have an outhouse in this establishment.
Well, I'm going to use the ladies' facility,
Okay, you go there.
and I'm doing.
There's
So
a
I'm detecting as I go.
they guide you as you step up from the table. They say, "Madam, where would you like to go?"
room, please.
Oh, yes, this way. They bring you
Thank you.
into a giant room with a large there's like a there are like many bathing areas, and there are um toilets with plumbing and stuff. So they take you to this private bathroom within this larger restroom.
Is there anybody else in there?
Yeah, you see some others. Everyone seems to be wearing masquerade masks.
Reason why you're wearing these masks, ladies?
And they just giggle at you and rush away.
Oh. Where did they go?
Just out of the restroom.
Okay. But I didn't see where they went once they were out of there.
Not unless you want to follow them.
I think I will.
Okay. You see them run down the hallway and around a corner. Would you want to follow?
Follow.
Okay. There's another long hallway that you go down, and they keep looking back at you, and eventually they open a door and close the door behind them as they go in.
Okay, and if anybody says anything, I'll just say I lost my way back.
Okay, so
So
you said where? What did you want to do?
I'm gonna follow them. I'm gonna open the door and go inside.
Okay, when you get to the door and try the handle, it's locked.
Can I hear anything through the door?
Sure, do a perception check.
+4 is 15. What's with all these darn 15s?
Okay, you hear men and women moaning. They seem to be enjoying themselves.
They're having some pleasure, are they?
Possibly.
Okay. I think I'll head back to Harbeck and Wilkes and let them know.
Okay, so you head back to the table, and they're eating. And
Okay,
she tells you want to tell them about you can go ahead and say what did you want to explain to them.
in the ladies' room, I saw some women with masks on, and they were all. When I asked them what they were doing, they just laughed and giggled and didn't answer me. Then they took off, and I followed them, and to this room with a locked door. And I think they are ladies of the evening or afternoon, as it is today. Uh, and they went into this room, and I could hear a bunch of moaning and groaning. So I'm just wondering if maybe Zeraphim is celebrating. Zeraphim and his followers or
His
fellow
entourage.
fellows from the ATC are having an enjoyable afternoon.
Yep.
Do you want to
Sounds
go
like
and
it.
investigate, or
It's the smallest thing you can turn into.
I could be a little snake and slide under the door?
That's going to freak everyone out. I was thinking more like a gnat or something like that.
Do that, yeah.
I don't think so. We decided before that we're only using the official like stats. I don't think there's anything smaller than a mouse. Yeah.
Okay, so it
I
can't be a
think mouse is
mosquito.
pretty much, yeah, you can't be an insect. It has, the thing you turn into have to be described as a beast. So
Um,
Kitty
Yeah.
cat?
What do you guys care? I mean, so what if they're having an orgy and Zeraphim's there? What do you expect to get out of what you're doing?
I think
What
maybe
do you?
that we just know that he is here and he's
Well, they said he was.
engaged at the moment.
They said he was staying here.
Okay.
Just what's his name? Just said if he's a rich celebrity, he's probably here. That's all. You
Yeah.
don't know he's here.
Right.
Nobody has said
Yeah.
that he's here. So
He very well could be here.
yeah.
I would just leave a message at the. If you want to do something with him, which I still don't understand what you're trying to do.
Okay, so you wanna oh, what if you have something else you can say? Sorry.
Yeah, this place is weird though. I mean, you're in the middle of a backwater place that's just been rebuilt. We got a hotel that's finer than anything that we have where I am. It's been around for ages. But even an aristocrat would be amazed by it. And then they're also sitting around asking all, like everything is all so super secret. There's this something really wrong about this place, but I'm not sure what.
You're thinking maybe it's a private rich club?
But it is.
Not to have
Exactly
the
what it is.
quality,
You're in
to have
the
the quality
lake.
the
You're in the
quality
Lake
of stuff
District.
they have here.
You're in the Lake District. This is where all the rich people are.
Yeah, but that's like
And this is their hangout.
yeah, but that's like saying you're in Edgewater, Maryland, and one of their finest bar in Edgewater, Maryland, and it's something that's comparable to what you'd find in the finest restaurant in Chicago. I mean, there's something going on here. It's really weird.
Okay, I don't wanna like I would say from your impression of the Lake District that it is quite you're surprised that it's this high quality, but the Lake District is, you've seen many it seems that yes, there are, even though this is a rebuilding city, that there are a lot of rich nobles living here. There's a gated community that you've walked past, and you've seen evidence of that there are a large number of very wealthy people in this area. So it's not that strange. Also, this is a port city. Does have, they do get trade through their docks and things. And I would say Harbeck probably wouldn't think it was that strange.
What about the strangeness of everyone being so quiet? It's a port city, and you're sitting there asking for people, and they're you'd be doing business and stuff like that all over the place, and they're going to be so secretive all of a sudden.
Um, well, when you came in, they said that that's how they run things here.
Confidentiality is a thing here. That's all.
No, port city.
You're not at the docks. You're off in the Lake District.
Yeah, but this is where the people that do all the business deals and such would be.
But it's not where they do
I mean,
business.
okay, I'm not an expert of this of how cities work, but like New York City has like some really awful places and some really expensive places, and it's next to the water. I would say think of it like that. It is being rebuilt, but the Lake District is in perfect condition.
And you're in the exclusive hangout.
Okay, all right. So basically, you're saying that Harbeck should not. No red flags would come up to Harbeck about either the quality of the food or the how much confidentiality is there.
You Harbeck has not been to this kind of establishment before, so it is a bit strange. And you don't know of there's not any place like this where you're from. So you would think that's a bit strange, but the quality level and the it's not like a super rich place in the middle of the Freeland district or something. Like this
Right.
entire district is very wealthy.
Upscale.
So
Okay.
that aspect wouldn't surprise
There's nothing that's raising red flags to Harbeck.
you. Not red flags, but yeah, you do find it strange and unusual. You haven't come to this kind of place before, but as Icy is explaining it, it kind of makes more sense to you. You're starting to realize this is a um probably a place
And
where rich people get up to a lot of things.
yeah,
It's an exclusive club, and we're not part of that exclusive club. We're just interlopers.
yeah.
Yeah, they've put you in the main room, which is not for
Tourists.
yeah, it's for tourists basically. That's what you guys have come to this idea, I guess you could say.
We were wondering if you have a membership here at your establishment,
When they
and if there would be
say,
any way we would be able to become members.
"Oh, yes."
So if you two want to join, that's fine. It's Rokus is interested in being a member.
It would make sense for Lord Harbeck to be a member,
That'd be fine.
and I could just be his guest.
That would be fine too.
You think that's a good idea, Icy?
You're very hoity-toity, so if you're a member here, you could find out more what's going on with the well-to-do, and maybe even move here from your where you are now, or you're very close to here. You're staying very close to here. I don't know if it's worth spending the money or not. That would be up to you to make that decision.
Okay. If we did that, Rokus, would you want to go over to the trading center and see what's trading company and find out what's going on there?
I'd be glad to go check it out.
Do you
Okay,
want
why don't
Pookie have Pookie Jones go with him? That way
Yep,
Pookie can
Yep, that's what I was thinking too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pookie and I can go to the ATC trading
Okay.
establishment.
Okay.
All right. So, are you gonna finish your meal?
Yeah.
Okay. The total would come to how many pictures of the porter did you have? Just one?
Just one.
Okay. So that would be 16 gold pieces.
16 gold. I'll give you my credit card.
Okay. So they will take your card and use it. As you do that, you can tell that this is very obviously this is how everyone pays.
and I'm gonna leave 2 gold pieces as a tip.
I'll
Okay.
do that. I'll put that on the credit card.
All right.
We'll get good service. If we leave a good tip, we'll get good service and information.
I'm
Okay.
good.
And then so you're asking to get a membership?
I'm asking how much is a membership.
That's 2,000 gold.
You have you
What's
have
that?
one for just like is that for a year?
That's a lifetime membership.
It's for just a week or two for visitors.
We don't really provide this kind of.
So everybody who's a member lives here then.
or they come in and out.
Okay.
We don't talk much about our customers, as I have explained.
The $2,000, what service does that provide us?
That allows you access to um, the highest quality rooms, private rooms, and you will have top priority. If you would just like to rent a room for a day, you do not need to become a member.
We
But
rent a room for.
you would have the top priority on all aspects of the Moonstone Mask.
So if we rent, how much is it for a day?
For just the lodging, it's 4 gold a night. That's the like standard room,
Right.
which is aristocratic level.
Okay.
Entertainers are normally 4 gold, and courtesans are 4 gold a night.
Let's see. Now, if we do that, if we rented a room for 4 gold, we would have access to the other things that are going on.
Well, there's a VIP lounge. But most people are in their private rooms, so we cannot guarantee that you would be able to mingle with anyone in particular.
Right, but we'd be able to go to the VIP lounge.
Yes.
Okay, if somebody had just come here for lunch and did not have a room, would they be allowed in the VIP lounge?
Oh no.
The door would be locked if they tried to get in.
Yes, the staff would politely guide you to the appropriate area.
Could you show me the appropriate area?
Oh, you just had a meal in the main dining room.
Okay, so this is the appropriate area.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so there's no other room in the building we'd be able to have access to.
You can rent rooms, but
Right,
there's no public rooms, obviously. This is not a public establishment.
right. Okay. I'm talk to the others and sit there and say, I think for 2,000 gold, that's an awful lot. I'm not sure we get that much information. What do you think, Rokas?
No way. You want to rent a room, fine.
Yeah, but I don't think we're going to get anything renting a room from what he said. Because if we can't get into that door, that
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it.
I would suggest then have Icy turn into the mouse, just stick her head underneath and see what's going on there, and then no matter what we'll see what she sees, but unless it's something really spectacular, then just go over and check out the trading company is what I would suggest.
Okay, I can be a tiny fae.
I'm guessing you can't actually get that one.
Spirit?
Is that a beast? It's not a tiny beast, right? It's a tiny fae.
Okay, let me see.
Has to
It's
say
in where all the
beast.
poisonous snake and everything are.
Yeah, but it has to say beast. There's tiny dragon, tiny beast, tiny whatever.
Okay, I'll just be a mouse.
Tiny beast. Mouse is a tiny beast. Alright, I mean, so you're gonna just turn into a mouse in front of everybody here?
No.
So,
No,
tell me what's going on here. You guys are standing in
Oh.
front of the front desk.
Well, I don't want to be a voyeur. They're having whoopee, so I don't even know if it makes any sense to go into that room.
Yeah, I don't think that's necessary.
Okay.
we'd be better off to stay for dessert and see if anybody comes out. Or for one of you fellows to go use the gentleman's room and see if somebody from there comes into the men's room. That makes more sense.
So
What
you've
do you
been
think?
led out of the main dining room.
Okay,
You're in the like exit area. So
okay. Then
what
I
are
guess
you?
we're going to go ahead.
I'd say let's just go check out the trading company. What do you think, Rokas and Yoshi?
Yeah, I
Sure.
don't know what you expected to find here at all.
Well, we were wanting to try and talk with Zeraphim, connect with him to learn about, because he's the last of the Eldaron,
Eladrin.
Eladrin.
Ladder.
Yeah, but
And
they.
that has to do with the temple in the village.
He's not
That
gonna
was our
just tell
reason.
us. He's not gonna just
You
tell
were
us what
just
they're up to.
just to say this. You guys were in a giant library with many books on many subjects. If you want to learn about subjects, that would be a good place to research.
Okay, let's go to the ATC and then we'll go back to the House of Knowledge and see if we can find out more information.
Okay, I can handle that. What do you think, Rokas?
That sounds a lot more fruitful than what we've been doing.
Okay,
Okay.
so you had an extremely delicious and expensive meal, and found out that people were doing the horizontal mambo.
Maybe.
They were making whoopee.
So, you want to head over to the Aglarond Trading Company?
Yes, please.
All right. So you go towards there. You pass by the Mini Coins Bank, the Starshine Academy, the Tarmalin Auction House, and some very wealthy looking buildings, houses, and establishments. Um, just to drive it home, just letting you remember this area is so totally different from the other districts. Um, much more wealthy, and um, everyone is wearing fine clothes, and you see the berets and striped jackets that have been described before as you walk around town. Most people are in carriages.
We're well dressed, so we don't stand out.
That's true. And you get over to the Aglarond Trading Company. Outside it says foreign imports and luxury items. As you enter, you are greeted by a clerk. He says, "Hello, I am Dwight Macris. How may I help you?" He's a male human.
Okay, wait a minute. I gotta get stuff in here.
Good afternoon, Dwight.
His name's Dwight, right?
Dwight Macris.
Hello, Dwight.
Hello, my lady.
I was. Do you, by any chance, sell? Would you have a raspberry beret that I might be able to look at?
A beret?
Yes.
We have um yes. You would like to purchase a beret?
Look at it and try it on and see how it looks first.
Okay. I will bring forth some. One moment, please.
So, Rokas, you could take off now and go look around while he's distracted.
Okay.
We'll see what the merchandise is.
I'll just wander around. So
Okay.
we can both.
Sort of look around while I've got this fellow distracted.
Yeah.
Cool. So Ruckus, you wanna sneak around?
Yeah.
Okay, roll a stealth check first.
Okay, rolled a 15 plus my stealth. I think it's going to be like 21 or 2. Hold on. Stealth 7, yeah. So 22.
Okay, cool. Um, so you are pretty good at quietly making your way around the aisles of um, items
The
on
trading company?
display. It seems that this is a smaller front room and there's a back room. In the front room here, you see, um, let's see, you see various small bags of such things such as saffron and cloves and other foreign spices and things that are smell very good and things that you're not familiar with.
Okay.
Um, the man went into a back room to look for the beret. There's another door on the other side that is uh, slightly ajar.
Can I peek in?
Okay, do you want to go in or just look in?
I'll just open the door slightly enough to peek in.
Okay, so that would you'd have to kind of go behind his table, his counter to get
Uh-huh.
over there. Is that okay with you?
Sure.
All right, and roll a perception check. Your stealth was
Okay.
22, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Roll at 18 plus perception is plus 6. So that would be 24.
Okay. Um so you are able to see into that room and you see yards of silk with many different patterns, a lot of different like types of cloth. Uh, there are like rugs and tapestries. All of it looks um, unfamiliar to you.
Okay.
There seem to be some kind of lanterns. You noticed one of them is in the front room also. An unusual lantern. There seem to be more in the back.
It, in the lantern, is it natural looking or is it man-made or what?
It's like a metal casing with glass, but inside is a kind of a crystal.
Okay. Anything that looks elvish or um, the sort of thing that you might find
Some of the foreign designs have elvish look to them.
okay. I'm looking for any connections that anything that looked like it might be connected to this place in Torley.
Okay, so you would expect the druids of Torley to be a lot more mm, like everything there is probably like handcrafted by them.
Right.
You don't see
Exactly.
anything that looks like what you'd expect druids to be dealing with. This is all
Okay.
extremely expensive
Okay.
merchandise.
Okay.
But you're not really that familiar with the guys up there, so you don't know exactly what they have.
Okay.
But
I'm
just
gonna
wood
slip
elf
back out.
druids living in the forest, you don't see anything that you would expect would belong to them.
Okay. Then I guess I'll slip back out before I get caught
Yeah,
snooping around.
you easily avoid being noticed as the worker comes back in.
Okay.
And now, you said one of those lanterns is where I can see it?
Yeah, there is one out in the front area.
Can I do an investigation on that?
Okay, sure. You can. Do you want to ask about it, or do you want to look at
Okay,
it yourself, or?
while the clerk was in the back room,
Okay.
I'd like to do an investigation on it and on the crystal in particular.
Okay. Roll investigation.
Shit, 3 + 1,
Hmm.
4.
So you think this is a very strange lantern. Doesn't look like it works with fire.
I see. Why
Okay.
don't you check it out?
Okay. And while I was waiting for the clerk, I took my 10 minutes to meditate so I can detect magic.
Okay. You detect magic from the lantern.
Alright.
And from the back room, there seemed to be magic emanating.
Very good.
Specifically within the lantern, the crystal has a magic aura, a powerful magic aura. Also, near to the lantern, there are some gemstones laid out in under glass and in some kind of like velvet inlay kind of thing. Like they're set into this velvet thing, and those are glowing too. With magic, as you detect the magic.
Okay. Can I do
Well,
a history check on what I know?
I'm gonna whisper to Harvick that the crystal in the lantern is magical, and these gemstones in this velvet case are also magical, and they're glowing. But you can
Okay.
see that.
Can I do a history check on what I know about gems like that, and in particular where they come from?
Okay, go ahead.
10 + 4, 14.
Okay,
I rolled a 17 minus nothing, so I want to know about them too.
what was yours? 17?
17.
Alright, Rokus doesn't have much familiarity, but from the diamonds and such things that you've picked up on your journeys, they just look pretty much like diamonds and stuff. Like you can't tell the difference. Harvick, you know that um, gemstones are used in magic spells, but you never seen them infused with magic like this. And Icy has told you that seem to have magic emanating from them. So,
Okay.
but you're not familiar with this type of thing.
Okay. Well, I was interested in localities. Where would you find something like that? Is where I was going for.
The gemstone itself, the physical gem, it doesn't seem to be out of the ordinary. They seem to be diamonds and rubies and such, but high quality.
But
Okay.
just generic, not something you say was from a particular area.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know that much about diamonds that, if you can tell, they're from Africa or some other place.
Uh, okay.
The worker sees you guys looking at that. So he says, "Are you interested in the ATC Magitech lantern?"
I'd like to know more about it.
Yes, this is one of our new products. Um, as you know, the ATC is at the forefront of technology, and these are the newest creation. Now, do you see these here? He goes and unlocks the case and takes out one of the gemstones and says, "Now this here is a proprietary design. It's called a mana gem.
Oh.
These have been crafted by our experts, wizards at the ATC, and infused with the spell of light. And, well, to be more specific, the gemstone within the Magitech lantern is infused with the spell. Now, these mana gems are used to recharge the energy of the Magitech lantern. So you can input it into the Magitech lantern. And it will brighten your house or any other location that you bring this lantern much brighter and more beautifully, obviously, than a flame lantern, an oil lantern, something like that.
How long does the crystal last?
Hold on. The ATC Mana Gem will give the lantern 8 charges before being recharged at an official ATC Magic Tech Mana Gem recharging station.
How long does it last between recharges?
Okay. Okay, I'll read you the description for the item. This lantern is fueled by proprietary ATC Magitech. When fitted with the appropriate official ATC Mana Gem sold separately, it will be able to cast the light cantrip. The ATC Mana Gem will give the lantern 8 charges before being recharged at an official ATC Magitech Mana Gem recharging station. So it does the light cantrip. So let me look that up for you.
You cut and paste that for us?
Sure.
And I want to ask where these wizards work. If it's right on site or it's somewhere another location.
The light cantrip lasts for 1 hour.
Ah, okay. So basically, it lasts for 8 hours.
Yeah.
Before we have to recharge it.
Right, and you can buy multiple mana gems and slot them in.
And the wizards who have been doing all of this technology, are they here on site or are they somewhere else? Are
Oh
they
no,
located
no.
somewhere else?
Most of them work at the Aglarond Trading Company main offices in Waterdeep. But we have many offices around the world. Obviously, the Kingdom of Aglarond. We have offices in Baldur's Gate and many other locations.
So they're not right here on site.
Yes, this is a somewhat new location. We just deal with selling the merchandise here.
Okay.
But there's a demand here in the Lake District for high quality goods.
You had a shipment arrive yesterday, didn't you?
Yes. Oh, I suppose that would have been obvious as Zeraphim had escorted it.
Yeah, and that was from Waterdeep.
It actually was coming in from originally from a shipment from Aglarond.
Oh,
Yes, across the sea of fallen stars,
okay.
to the east. Most of our shipments to and from Waterdeep are by ship.
So what were the wagons coming from? Where were the wagons coming from?
From the
You just
east.
said.
The ships travel on the western coast.
Why? Okay, this is a port city. Why did wagons come in instead of a ship?
It's from the other side of the continent. It's like you're in California and you're getting things from Maryland. Or maybe Colorado.
I was gonna say
Okay.
Chicago or somewhere.
Chicago.
Okay.
It wouldn't come by sea.
Right, right.
Your best selling items.
Well, most of our items sell quite well. We have various kinds of fabric and many spices such as cinnamon, saffron, ginger, things that are not as easy to find.
And how much is the raspberry beret that you've brought me?
Oh, sorry. Yes. Do you what do you think of it? So you see, it's a when you say raspberry, you just mean the color or what?
Yeah,
The style? I don't really know.
but the color.
Either.
It's a deep pink.
Okay. I just wasn't sure if there's a type of beret called that.
No,
So
that's the
yes, it's
color.
a raspberry colored beret and it costs 15 gold and it's quite nice. It's very well made and very beautiful. You couldn't ask
Do
for
I
more
detect any
if
magical? Do I
no, it's just a
detect any
beret.
magical qualities?
No, just a beret.
Well, I think about it. It doesn't quite go with my outfit, but it's very nice.
Of course. Only the best. If you'd like to reconsider, we will have it here for you.
Be lovely.
Would you like to purchase a lantern?
How much are they?
One lantern is 2,000 gold. A mana gem is 1,000 gold.
I think since we have icy to produce flame, we don't really need a lantern like
I
that.
think I agree.
It's a nice lantern.
What's the quality of the gem again?
Like how much does it cost?
No. What are the benefits of having the gem?
It's just basically it's basically a battery. You plug the battery into the lantern and it recharges it. So it's like a bunch of extra spell slots for this spell.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, but it is 11:30. It's time to stop.
Okay.
Okay, so
Alright.
talk to you next time then.
Okay.
Thanks again, Ian.
Yep. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.